Oh, no, you're not still gambling, you two.
Now we're into stealing.
You what?
Wally took these dice from the game down in the docks.
Why would you do that, Wally?
To prove that they aren't weighted.
What?
The game was on the up and up, Wally?
No way.
Cass, now look at this.
What?
These corners, they are not shaved. And these dice have not been rolling any numbers consistently all evening, so they can't be weighted.
So it's over and done with him when, well, we're all perfectly safe. So I just don't know why we're going on with this.
Because if Wally is right and the game was on the level, I would imagine those two guys are going to be looking for their revenge.
Exactly.
What do you mean, if Wally is right? If the game was on the level?
Cass, it was.
I thought we were friends here. Why all this second guessing?
Because if you're wrong, they're not going to forget about it.
Mitch is right.
I mean, what is it? Come on, what's the problem?
Okay, I'm sorry. Maybe I had a little anger to blow off. Did you ever think of that? Forgive me for being human.
Cass? Well, I hope the two of you are happy with yourselves.
Oh, Amanda, there you are, sweetie.
Michael Jackson here's out like a light.
He did dance almost every dance, didn't he?
I thought we'd have to carry Susie Strathmore out of there. Susie?
That's the one thing you can't say. I think he's on autopilot.
Well, how you doing? You had a very long day.
And it was the best. Thanks to both of you for tonight. I really mean it.
I'm just so grateful it all worked out.
You realize this is the first time all four of us have been alone together since you got home?
Well, more likely 3.5.
Yeah. You know, if Jamie was here, we could call a family conference.
Oh, no, not another family conference. The last time we had one of those, you went running out of here in tears because you didn't want to go away to high school.
That's right. And then a week later, you went running out in tears because you decided you didn't want to go.
Well, okay. Give me a break. I was barely 14 then.
Now you're a grown young woman. 18.
Well, I promise this time I won't go running out in tears.
This time, you made some decisions.
I've made a big decision about my future.
No.
What is?
Everything. Before I met you, I felt lost.
But now I found you, Lisa Grady. And you're never gonna be lost again. Sounds different to me.
What?
Saying I love you. And knowing it's true. I realized that with all the other women in my life, I was just hoping.
Any regrets?
None.
Not even that it took so long?
Well, maybe I needed the time to appreciate what I'm getting.
How do you do that?
Do what?
Say just the right thing at just the right time?
Years of practice.
I feel terrible.
You should. You both should.
Me?
Yes, you. Well, maybe not you so much. You haven't known Cass that long, but Wallingford, you of all people. I mean, you know how he gets, especially when he's hurting.
Well, I can't help it if he never lets anything out.
He always takes chances. You know that. I mean, this dice thing, that's a typical Cass thing for him to do. You know that.
I think he was just overreacting.
I think we're all overreacting right now.
Okay, you're right, you're right.
I am right.
Yeah, but I just wish you wouldn't keep things all bottled up inside.
He's just looking for a place to unload it, and you know that.
Hey, maybe we should all keep tabs on him for the next couple of months. You know, make sure he doesn't get into any more trouble.
I think we also need to understand all that he's been through.
It sounds like you're trying to save an endangered species.
We are, and a very valuable one. I hope you plan to be cooperative.
Cass, I'm sorry I pushed you so hard on the dice. I'm really sorry.
It's okay, Wally. What are friends for, right? Look, I know you're all just trying to help me put my life back on the track.
And we'll remember that it takes a long time, we promise.
It's just, what do you do in the meantime, right?
In the meantime, for starters, I'd stay away from the dock. Let everything cool out.
Hey, maybe you could resurrect Crystal Lake for a couple of weeks.
I threw away my wigs a long time ago.
I got one you can borrow.
I think I'll pass. No. I'll stick around here, I think, for a while and see if I can't wear out a path between my room and this bar stool.
Listen, what do you say we lock up for the night?
No, it's not even last call yet. Come on, let's get this train out of the station. Set him up, Wally. What do you say?
Okay, but only one.
All right, now you're talking. This is going to be just like the old days in the Northwoods Inn. You remember the Northwoods Inn,
vaguely
don't you?
it comes back.
That was halfway between Paul Boys and Tops.
Was that the one we caught on fire, or is that the one we blew up?
Yes.
They blend together.
Did you drop that?
What is it?
Well, it's addressed to you, care of the McKinnon.
Oh, Vince gave me this at the party tonight. He said it arrived this afternoon. Oh, no.
What is this decision of yours?
It sounds serious.
It is. Like you said, Dad. If there's something you want, it's worth rolling your sleeves up for.
Well, well.
This is the Amanda who didn't know what she was going to do with her life?
No, it's not. I've got a plan now. A dream. And I'm gonna follow it. Make that dream come true.
Well, it must be some dream.
There's only one thing.
What?
Well, I'm not sure how Dad's gonna handle it. But I have a feeling you're gonna hate it.
I don't think that's fair to your mother, Amanda.
All right. Maybe it was a bad way to start.
Maybe.
Okay, it was. But you have to admit we do have a history when it comes to my decisions.
That's because they're usually based on some form of rebellion, Amanda.
Why? Just because I don't want to cash in on the fact that my last name happens to be Corey.
It's a perfectly good name.
But I didn't say it wasn't.
Your father has worked very hard to get this company where it is today.
And I appreciate that. But why should I miss out on the fun of making it on my own?
Miss out on the fun?
Okay, you two, time out before you even get started. Why don't we just get this plan out in the open?
Okay. Basically, it's this. For the past 4 years, I've been going to one of the best schools in the country.
And you made straight A's, and we are very proud.
Well, thank you. But now I think it's time that I get some experience.
You mean as in getting a job?
Doing what?
Publishing. That's what I've decided I want to do. That is, if Dad will have me.
Wait a minute, I thought you didn't want to trade on the family name.
But I don't. I want to start from the bottom and work my way up.
Like mother, like daughter, huh?
What do you mean?
Well, Rachel's at Corey Publishing now. She's been head of the art desk for some time.
Well, Mom, that's wonderful.
I guess it's just in the family blood.
I've got another surprise for you. I think it's a terrific idea of yours.
You do?
Yes. Your father is the best in the business. You can learn a lot from him.
Am I dreaming this?
Very funny.
I'm gonna dance again, Susie.
Come on, sleepyhead. It's time to dance you up to bed. There we go.
Did I show you the one where your feet go in opposite directions?
You show me the one where the feet go up the stairs. Don't let this stop you two. I'll be back in a bit.
I can't believe how Matthew's grown up in the past year.
He really missed you.
He was one of the reasons why I wanted to come home early.
You know, I think he's going to be the only one who really doesn't like this summer job plan of yours.
Summer job?
Yes, he was looking forward to having you all to himself all summer long before you went to college.
College? Who said anything about college?
All you have to do is sign your name on the dotted line, and you too could be $50,000 richer.
What is it? Is it a sweepstakes or a lottery? I don't understand. What does it say?
What is it, Wally?
Look for yourself.
$50,000 double indemnity?
Part of that policy on that airplane that Kathleen was killed in.
You can't put a price tag on somebody's life like that.
Alicia, he's right. Kathleen was such a wonderful person. She was so full of life. Her life was worth more than...
I'm sorry, Wally. I know how everybody feels.
I hate airplanes. Do you know that?
Yes.
If God had wanted Kathleen to fly, he would have given her wings.
I'm sure he did.
Maybe I should go put something on. I mean, take something off and put something else on.
You mean put something less on?
Would you stop teasing
I
me?
haven't even started yet.
I'll go put on a flannel nightgown.
Oh, flannel. I love flannel.
With long johns underneath.
Promises, promises, promises. You know how the Eskimos say I love you?
They rub noses.
You know how doctors say I love you?
They rub stethoscopes.
Close. First they take a pulse. Give me your wrist. Oh. Oh, yeah, you are definitely in love.
Do you think so?
Oh, yes.
Well, you're the doctor.
Oh, hurry back. Music. Gotta have music. Yeah.
Some say
Hell yes. Oh, yes, you're definitely in love. Yeah. Yeah, you're in love.
that round.
Denise.
You don't want me to go into publishing. That's it, isn't it?
Don't be ridiculous, and you're changing the subject.
Well, you know that Jamie isn't exactly interested. Sandy certainly isn't knocking down any doors, and Matthew's still far too young.
What do any of them have to do with whether or not you go to college?
It's me, Mom. Don't you see? I'm the future. In a few years, Corey Publishing is going to need me, and I just want to be ready.
Yes, with a college diploma in your hand.
No, with good hard experience under my belt.
This is crazy.
I wish you would stop saying that, because I really don't think that it is.
I don't think you're thinking very clearly if you think your father's going to go along with it.
How do you know that he won't?
Trust me, I've known him a very long time. He may spoil you, Amanda, and let you spend money in Europe, but he's not going to stand still for this.
All right, then. You won't have to. I'll go to work for another publishing company. Until I get enough experience to come back and work at Corey.
What am I going to do with you?
You don't have to do anything with me.
Amanda, you just remember one thing. You're a Corey. And we have a certain reputation to uphold in this family and in this town.
Well, then I guess that leaves you with only two choices.
Which are?
You can love me and respect my decision, or you could kick me out of the house. So which is it gonna be, Mom?
Let me have another one, Wally.
Honey, maybe you'd like to talk about it.
What, a penny for my thoughts? And 50,000 bucks from my wife.
It's all right. I can handle this.
What?
I can take care of her.
Come here. Who is this guy, anyway? What's he doing around here?
Well, he manages the entertainment, you know, managing, booking, stuff like that.
Yeah? What's his relationship to MJ?
Why don't you ask him?
Did he have anything to do with MJ canceling the wedding?
Why don't you ask her?
Oh, I can see you're gonna give me a lot of help, Wally.
Come over with me by the piano.
I don't know, Chad.
Come on. It'll be like the old days.
Oh, right. The old days. Right, I remember those. You used to play, I'd sing for every producer in town.
Hey. Forget about them. Come on. Here. You just sit and listen. Remember this one?
So how's my pal tonight?
I'm okay.
You out walking?
Yeah, I was just out walking around thinking about the good old days, you know. Wondering if there were any good old days.
Of course there were. In fact, I seem to recall sharing a few of them with you. It's a pretty song.
Used to be MJ's favorite.
Yeah. Used to be. When I'm alone with only dreams of you that won't come true, what'll I do?
MJ! Wait!
Let me handle it.
To Lisa. The beginning and end of all my dreams. I'll always be yours.
People don't grow up overnight. You still need a lot of help.
Fine. Then help me. But you still have to give me room to fail.
I do. I will. You can fail at college.
Oh, come on, Mom. You know that won't work. I'll just keep getting straight A's like I always do.
What's so wrong with straight A's if you're learning something?
Because it still isn't the real world of publishing.
So why can't you have the real world of publishing at the same time that you're getting an education?
Because publishing is all I think about. Morning, noon, and night.
But what if you do fail?
Then I'll pick myself back up and I'll start over again. I know it's not going to be easy.
And what about your personal life?
What about it?
Honey, that's all part of the college experience.
Just because I'm not going to college doesn't mean that I have to give up that.
No, I'm just saying that college is a wonderful opportunity to...
To what?
To be exposed to people who share your same goals.
Mom, I'll be working with people that have achieved those goals already.
Eventually.
What do you mean by that?
You were the one who said you wanted to work the bottom and work up.
You make it sound like I'm digging ditches.
All I'm saying, Amanda, is that college will introduce you to people at your level. They will be your peers.
And perhaps I could meet a man that is socially acceptable.
I didn't mean that.
Yes, you did. I mean, that's the whole thing, isn't it? That's why we have this party, this coming out, right?
Honey, the Corey family is part of Bay City society. The coming out party was a custom that is accepted and expected of us.
Of us women.
What?
I mean, aren't we expected to marry someone of money and position?
I'm not saying that.
Yes, that is what you're saying. But then again, why wouldn't you? I mean, that's how you got to where you are today.
Amanda.
Well, face it, it's the truth. You have lived your life through the men that you have been around. I mean, you were born Rachel Davis, and you are now Mrs. Mackenzie Corey.
Yes, you're right. Mac is my husband.
He's more than that, don't you see? You define yourself through him. He is your name.
Yes. That sort of goes with the marriage vows.
Well, I don't accept that. I want to succeed or fail on my own.
Where are you going?
I don't think we have anything more to say to each other.
Yes, we do. You owe me an apology.
What?
We're really a fun pair, you know that?
Yeah, quite a tandem. Maybe I shouldn't have butted in. Maybe I should have just left you alone with Chad.
Why would you say that, Cass?
It's obvious, just looking at him, that he's crazy about you.
That's not true.
Hey, MJ. It's me, Cass.
We were just friends a long time ago. That's all that is.
Listen, if he had anything to do with your breakup with Adam...
He didn't. It was me, all right? I was responsible for it. Now, how many times do I have to tell you that?
Okay. I won't press. I guess it's not my business.
Oh, Cass, I'm sorry. It's not bad. It's just...
What?
It was my fault, Cass. It was all my fault. And I just think it's time that I face up to it, you know? I can't keep making excuses for myself.
MJ, you don't ever have to make excuses with me or anybody else.
Thank you.
I just want to make sure that the guy you end up with, whoever he is, treats you like the classy woman you are.
Thank you. I'm not sure it's true, but I love you for saying it.
Come over here.
Cass, why do you waste your time on me?
Because I happen to think you're worth it. And I want to see you start believing in yourself again.
How about if I believe in you?
I've never been known to set a good example. Here, wipe your nose.
Thank you. Oops, you dropped something. Here you go.
Forget it. I don't want that damn thing.
What's wrong, Cass? What is this? Kathleen.
Look, you don't have a job right now, right?
No.
You collect the money. Kathleen would have liked that.
Forget it, Cass. I don't want the money, Cass.
I don't even want to think about it.
You know, ever since you came back in town, you've been taking care of my entire family. It's time for you to deal with your grief, Cass. It's your turn. What? What are you thinking about?
Nothing. It's stupid. It has nothing to do with anything at all.
Well, tell me. What?
It's just a story that Kathleen told me a long time ago about your family's first dog.
Jeremy?
Jeremy, right.
Oh, I remember Jeremy. Pops got him at the pound. He was a big old sheepdog or something. Well, what about him?
Well, Kathleen took him out for a walk one day. And on the way back home, she decided to play hide and seek with him. She kept ducking behind bushes and trees all the way back until she got to your yard.
Oh, I remember he hated that.
She turned around and saw Jeremy through the fence. And he was totally freaked out. I mean, he thought he had lost her forever. He was frightened about that, and he was looking all over the place, and he had this sad, sad expression on his face.
He could break your heart with his face.
That's exactly what Kathleen said. Anyway, she called out to him from behind the fence. He was overjoyed to see her. Broke into a major sprint right for the yard. And when he was about 10 feet away from the fence, Kathleen realized that the gate was shut and that he wasn't going to stop. She didn't even have time to yell. It was like one of those suspended moments. All she could do was watch Jeremy smash headfirst into this metal gate. Well, I mean, she was devastated. She felt terribly, terribly guilty, and she grabbed him and dragged him somehow upstairs to her bedroom and put him on her bed and sat and prayed. I'm sure tears were streaming down her cheeks. And after a while, his tail started thumping, you know, wagging. And he opened his eyes and he licked her hand. You see, after all he'd been through, he still had this big, dumb, sweet, trusting look on his face.
Yeah. Sounds like Jeremy.
I let her down, MJ. I didn't open the gate. I didn't carry her away. I couldn't even pray.
Cass, you did everything you could have done.
She trusted me. And I let her down. The last thing I remember before the crash were her big, sweet eyes looking at me. I let her down.
Of women came through the men.
You make me sound positively. I believe our generation was the one that came up with the whole concept of women's lib. And the second point is, you make it sound that just because we got married, we were somehow selling ourselves.
Maybe you were, emotionally.
I am extremely proud of being Mrs. Mackenzie Corey. And don't you think for 1 minute that I married Mac for any other reason except that I loved him desperately.
I never have. And I hope that someday if I marry, I'll get someone half as good as Daddy.
You would be very lucky.
I also know that you want me to meet someone that is socially acceptable.
I believe that you will find advantages are important to you.
No, where we differ. To me, a beg. I guess I'll have a decision.
Another thing I don't understand. When did you stop coming to Father and me?
I guess not now. Can I go?
Stop you. Thank you.
What I meant was that you didn't have a choice. You grew up in an era where the success of women came through the men.
You make me sound positively ancient, young lady. I believe my generation was the one women's lib. And the second point is, you make it sound that just because we got married, we were somehow selling ourselves.
Maybe you were, emotionally.
I am extremely proud of being Mrs. Mackenzie Corey. And don't you think for 1 minute that I married Mac for any other reason except that I loved him desperately.
I never have. And I hope that someday if I marry, I'll get someone half as good as Daddy.
You would be very lucky.
I also know that we're happy.
I'm at go to college.
No.
Just married up.
Blessing.
Oh, no, sorry. That would prove not.
Well, then I have to accept your decision.
Isn't an understanding.
What's...
Decide to for advice.
That's right. Can I go?
Stop you.
I also know that you want to meet someone.
Miss Mackenzie Corey. And don't you think for 1 minute that I married Mac for any other reason except that I loved him desperately.
I never have. And I hope that someday if I marry, I'll get someone half as good as Daddy.
You would be very lucky.
I also know that you want me to meet someone that is socially acceptable.
I believe those are very important. Yes.
That's as good as matter. We makes the most. All that matters is happy.
Now, please,
I won't.
So you mind? Now that's your decision.
I'd like your.
Oh, I'm sorry. You know, I don't.
I guess I'll have a decision.
Another thing I don't. When did you stop coming to Father and me?
I guess not now. Can I go?
Stop you. Killing ourselves.
Maybe you were, emotionally.
I am extremely proud of being Mrs. Mackenzie Corey. And don't you think for 1 minute that I married Mac for any other reason except that I loved him desperately.
I never have. And I hope that someday if I marry, I'll get someone half as good as Daddy.
You would be very lucky.
I also know that you want me to meet someone that is socially acceptable.
I'm sure tears streamed down her cheeks. And after a while, his tail started thumping, wagging. And he opened his eyes and licked her hand. You see, after all he'd been through, he still had this big, dumb, sweet, trusting look on his face.
Wait. Sounds like Jeremy.
I let her down, MJ. I didn't open the gate. I didn't carry her away. Couldn't even pray.
Cass, you did everything you could have done.
She trusted me. And I let her down. The last thing I remember before the crash were her big, sweet eyes.
Look at your work at court. Always earned your way, Rachel.
Couldn't have done it. That's why I'm defensive. Maybe I'm not so defensive.
Rachel, you're passionate, involved, romantic, vulnerable. Believe me, that's why men are attracted to you. Look, do I look like a stepping stone?
Well, you're a very attractive, romantic, and intelligent one, if you are one.
And Amanda's gonna have men in her life just the same way. Your mother's right. You're like two peas in a pod.
It worries me. Is this pod big enough for the both of us?
I could stay like her.
Now, there's the thought. I could have my patients come here. They always did have a pretty good bedside manner.
They do, do they?
Well, now don't tell me I have my first complaint.
Stop it. I've never felt this close to anyone.
I feel the same way. Wait a minute.
What?
Oh, I almost forgot.
What is it?
Here, open it.
You did it again.
Like I said, years of practice.